to the Glasstire Top 5. It is the week of April 28th, 2016. I'm Rainey Knudson.
I'm Christina Ruiz.
We're here in Houston. Houston, the swamp. The swampiness has set in.
I feel it.
Yeah. Speaking of Hot Fuzz, number 5 this week is Buzz, Blurr, and Adam Young, a show called Gumption.
At Webb Gallery.
At Webb Gallery in Waxahachie. Buzz Blurr he's in his 60s and he's self-described on the rails. He's a graffiti artist who tags rail cars.
Yeah, he's rail and mail. He does mail art as well.
He's got these two characters, Colossus of Rhodes and Gypsy Sphinx. Right. And amongst the world of train graffiti, I think people would know what that means.
Yeah. And then
Adam Young from Louisiana, lives in Austin, makes rusticated hipster furniture, but also does.
But don't be fooled by the word hipster, because he's not a kid.
He makes furniture, which is fine.
For sure.
But he also makes these paintings on wood.
Yes.
With a purposefully naive.
Yeah, I mean, there's a self-taught element to it. I don't know that Webb has shown either one of these artists.
They've shown Buzz Blurr.
They have shown
Buzz Blurr, their old friend, but this is their first time showing Adam Young. So they put these two guys together. Number 4!
Number 4 this week is Mark Flood.
Mark Flood! Greatest hits!
At the camp.
Retrospective. The description, I loved the description.
I'm surprised this hasn't happened yet.
Well, the description it must have been penned by Bill Arning, the director of the camp. It sounded very Bill Arning. Greatest Hits presents the deep wisdom and humor of 3 decades of work while ultimately revealing the true achievement of an artist who has produced many highly praised works and had an active career despite remaining barely visible at the museum level. That's Bill. I actually popped my head in the cam last week while they were hanging. Mark was there and saw the work on the floor. And it's Mark Flood's work.
Is it really everything? Because that's a range.
Yeah, it is a range. It's light on the lace paintings, I think. I think there's more of the fuck you art world stuff. You know what? Go Mark Flood. Dear Mark Flood has been so important in Houston for decades, and power to him.
Yeah.
There he is.
So number 3 is Sterling Allen. He is at, what is it, Solidillas?
Solidillas in San Antonio.
This is mostly, I believe it's going to be objects. It'll be sculptures. And in the Sterling Allen-ish way where they're recognizable as things, but
I think it's photography.
Morphed them. I think there will be some photography in the show. I think that he's somehow blurring these lines between the objects and the photographs of the objects.
He's been moving away from drawing in this direction for a while. Yes?
Yeah, but he's been doing objects, slightly morphed cartoony objects for a long, long time.
And when you had Road Agent Gallery in Dallas, you showed his work a couple of times, right?
I showed him at Road Agent, and I showed him at Fort Worth Contemporary.
So you've been following this young man a long time.
I love Sterling Allen's artwork. Number 2 is also in San Antonio. This is cool.
Pedro Friedeberg. Yeah. Who is Pedro Friedeberg? You know the hand chair?
The hand chair.
You know the hand chair.
It's so cool. It's very surrealist stuff, mostly from this is more recent work, actually, but he's been hard at work since the 60s or
he's in his late 70s. He's a, legend of that sort of 60s pop, not really pop, more surreal Mexican. He's Mexican.
Mexico City.
Yes.
So furniture, but a lot of paintings, some textile stuff.
I think this is mostly going to be works on paper and paintings and mixed media.
A lot of two-dimensional, and a lot of it made over just the last 10 years. Although it's all kind of a piece with his earlier work, so
it's going to be great.
This is at Ruiz-Healy, so this is going to be a beautiful looking show.
Yes.
Because that's what they do.
Yes. Number 1. Ta-da! William Wegman! Yay! Not Funny Strange. We Glasstire, we're bringing William Wegman to Houston.
Yes.
Okay, so if you think William Wegman is the dog guy...
Which he is.
And God, hey, bread and butter, man. Yeah. The original Dogman Ray was in many of his early videos, and I think it was that dog's personality and sort of aptitude for it that got him into that whole, shooting his dogs. For those of you who aren't as familiar with William Wegman, he is sort of a contemporary of Bruce Nauman. He was working with video as a student in the late 60s when the very, very first Sony video equipment came out. And so he would do these super short videos in his studio, like drawings, and of course his postcard paintings. So we're bringing him down here to talk about his body of work because I think he's just one of the great conceptual artists of
very funny,
America.
Lots of absurdist stuff, very, very smart. Some
Very,
of it's
very
incredibly
smart.
surprising. If you haven't looked up his earlier work, look it up. And also, by all accounts, he's a tremendously entertaining speaker.
Yeah, he's very, very funny, very dry, very witty. And he has a brand new book out of his paintings from Abrams. And he's going to be signing copies of his book. And he's just an incredibly important artist, and we're so proud to be bringing him down here. This is a Glasstire presentation.
Yeah.
It's Saturday, late afternoon, Rice University. The talk is at 4:30. It's at the Glasscock School of Continuing Studies. Glasstire.com/offroad will give you maps, tickets, directions, everything you need. Come, rain or shine, we're going to be there. William Wegman's going to be there. It's going to be awesome.
Come on out.
Come on out.